Once upon a time, there lived a very pious young man. He had a house built for worship in an isolated area where he dedicated his life to Allah. He was so absorbed in worship and living a life of abstinence that he became totally oblivious to the world around him. One day, the young man's mother came to visit after traveling a long distance. The young man was busy worshipping Allah when his mother called him. "Oh, my son, it's your mother. I am here." When the young man heard her call, he said in his heart, "Oh Allah, my mother is calling me while I am busy with prayer. Should I keep praying to you or give it up to respond to my mother's call?" He decided that it was best to continue his prayer and did not respond to his mother. His mother waited for some time and then left. She came back the next day and again called out, "Oh, my son, it's your mother." The young man said to himself, "Oh Allah, I am busy with your worship while my mother is trying to attract my attention. What should I do?" However, he continued to pray. His mother left and returned for the third time the following day. The pious young man was absorbed in prayer as usual. His mother called again, "My son, here I am." The young man said in his heart, "Oh my Lord, I am torn between my mother and prayer." But he again decided to continue his prayer and ignore his mother. Furious at being ignored, his mother then cursed him. "Oh Allah, don't let him die until he sees the face of a prostitute." At this time, many people were jealous of this pious young man and his devotion to Allah. They wanted to drag him down to their level of wickedness. The people around him flouted divine injunctions and ignored the importance of the veil. Their men and women mixed freely at parties. It is for this reason that there was rampant adultery, fornication, impiety, and wickedness among them. The curse of the mother of this young man, coupled with the jealousy of the people around him, who conspired to malign the pious life of this young man. Matters became even worse when a beautiful woman of loose morals in the local village went to the people and said, "If you permit me, I will seduce this young man with my charms." They thought it was a good idea and agreed. This beautiful woman adorned herself lavishly and went to tempt the pious young man. But he did not even bother to look at her. Infuriated, she thought up another scheme to ensnare him. She went to a shepherd who lived near the house of the pious young man and had sex with him. Many months later, when she gave birth to the child conceived from the intercourse with the shepherd, she claimed that it belonged to the pious young man. When the people heard this news, they stormed the house of that pious young man. They dragged him outside, beat him, and demolished his place of worship. When the young man asked them why they were beating him, they said, "You are guilty of fornication with this immoral woman, and as a result, she has given birth to your child." The young man said, "Stop, bring the newborn to me." When the baby was brought to him, he said, "Let me pray." After praying, he went to the child, pressed its belly, and asked, "O child, tell me, who is your father?" By divine providence, the baby started to speak, and the baby said, "The shepherd is my father." The child's speech shocked the people around the young man, and they immediately regretted what they had done to the pious young man. They began to kiss and caress him out of reverence, and then said, "We will rebuild your house with gold." But he rejected their offer and said he wanted one of mud, as it was before. They then rebuilt his house as he had requested. See, this real-life story shows us that the prayer of a pious person is answered by Allah Almighty. It also shows how important it is for a person, no matter how righteous they are, to please their parents, because even an ordinary curse from a parent can have an adverse effect. So let us be respectful towards our parents. That is the moral of the story. See you in the next story.